Hi there folks, Mrs. Lucas here, and I just wanted to show you a quick video on how to get a screen that looks like this. In other words, how to use your iPad for multitasking so that you can take notes and watch a video at the same time. There's basically 5 steps that I'm going to guide you through in this video. First things first, let's go ahead and go to our settings. The first thing, step 1 technically, is to turn on your assistive touch button. It's a little button that's going to hover on your screen and do lots of cool things for you. So you'll see that I navigated over to settings and scroll down a little bit. You're going to locate accessibility, and we're going to go ahead and hit touch, and then we're going to pick the top option there, assistive touch, and we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And you'll see a little button pops into your screen, and you can move that button to wherever is convenient for you to have it. I kind of like to keep it near my home button because I use those 2 things often. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is make sure that we have a couple of important things in our dock. Multitasking works best when you have the things that you want to multitask with already pulled into your dock. So for you note takers out there, you're going to want to make sure that Notability and YouTube are in there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Notability tool and slide that into my dock. And it looks like my YouTube app is already down in there, so that's fine. The YouTube videos, by the way, are just videos that I pulled in from my Google Classroom. So really, you're going to go ahead and use Google Classroom to view videos as well. So either of those 2 things should work just fine. So now that I have my Notability dragged into my dock, I'm going to go ahead and get the multitasking tool. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and go to settings. And this time around, the goal of this step, so we're technically in the 3rd step right now, the goal of this step is to get that multitasking button to appear in your top level menu. So when you touch the assistive touch button, you should know that this menu in the middle of the screen right now is what's called your top level menu. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to customize that top level menu. And I think the default for many of us is 6 icons, if I remember correctly. So you might be staring at a screen that looks like this right now. I personally need to add in now multitasking because I just got rid of it. So I'm going to go ahead and press the plus sign, and a little plus sign is going to appear there. And then I'm going to tap that plus sign and scroll down to the M's and choose multitasking. And your multitasking icon should now appear in your top level menu. So when you go ahead and touch that assistive touch, multitasking hopefully did appear for you. Okay, now we get to use this glamorous tool. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is open the YouTube video or Google Classroom or wherever it is you go ahead and view your videos. I'm going to go ahead and open up that app, and you'll see I already have a video queued up that I was playing with for one of my classes. And you could, like I said, pull something in from Google Classroom or wherever you view your videos from. And then I'm going to go ahead and press my assistive touch button, and I'm going to go ahead and tap multitasking. And me personally, I'm right-handed, so I'm actually going to pin the new app on the right because I want to take notes on the right-hand side of my tablet. And you'll see a screen appear at the top there that asks, what do you want to pull in basically, and I want to pull in Notability. And what you'll see is that I've now navigated to a PDF file of my notes that I'd like to write on. So I can now view the video and take notes in Notability or in Adobe at the same time. What's super nice about this is that if, you might be saying, how do I write that small? Well, you don't have to. You can just slide that little bar over, and you can make the video as small as you want to, and then you get lots of space to write with if you so choose. I know I personally write rather large, so I was worried about space myself when I was exploring this option. But I can make this as big or as small as I want. I can make the video as big or as small as I want. Right now I'm in full screen in YouTube. You can, exit that as well if you would like. But I personally like to view in full screen so I don't have to worry about the ads and all that stuff. And then again, I have Notability on the right-hand side. So yeah, you can, write and take notes and do whatever you want on the right-hand side of that screen. Now, let's say you're all done with your notes, you're done with your video, and you just want to go back to the way things were. You want to get out of that multitasking. Well, to do that, you're just going to go ahead and press your assistive touch button again, and you're going to select multitasking. You have lots of options here, but let's say I just wanted to focus on my notes now. I'm all done with my notes, or the video. I'd like to just go ahead and clean up my notes a little bit. So I want to leave basically notability there. That means that I'm going to go ahead and expand the right app and close the one on the left. So it's this middle row of options, and I'm going to go ahead and just expand that. And you'll see that YouTube does still stay open when I double tap my home button, but now they're just two separate apps again, like they were before. So I really hope this helps you use multitasking on your iPad.